Welcome to Philosophy USA, where we dive deep into the ideas that shape our lives. Have you ever been ghosted? Someone you cared about just vanished without a word? One day they're texting you, planning a date, and the next, poof, they're gone, like a ghost. It's a gut punch, isn't it? In 2025, ghosting is more common than ever, especially with the rise of dating apps and social media. But why do people do this? Is it just rudeness, or is there something deeper going on? In this video, we'll uncover the psychology of ghosting, exploring concepts like avoidant attachment and fear of commitment. Over the next 30 minutes, I'll share insights to help you understand why people disappear and how you can heal from the pain. Let's get started. So, what exactly is ghosting? Ghosting is when someone suddenly cuts off all communication without any explanation. Imagine you're chatting with someone you've been seeing for weeks. They're replying, you're laughing, maybe even planning to meet up. Then out of nowhere, silence. No goodbye, no, I'm not interested, just nothing. Psychologists define ghosting as a form of emotional avoidance, a way for someone to escape a situation they find uncomfortable without confronting it. It's not just a modern dating phenomenon. Ghosting happens in friendships, family dynamics, and even professional relationships. But here's the thing, it's not always about you. Ghosting often reflects the other person's emotional struggles. According to posts on X, ghosting is frequently linked to avoidant behaviors, where people choose to disappear rather than face tough conversations. So what drives this avoidance? Let's explore two key psychological concepts: avoidant attachment and fear of commitment. Let's start with avoidant attachment. Attachment theory, developed by psychologist John Bowlby, explains how our early relationships with caregivers shape how we connect as adults. Avoidant attachment often develops when a child's emotional needs aren't met. Maybe their caregiver was distant, overly critical, or unavailable. Over time, the child learns that relying on others leads to disappointment, so they become self-reliant. Fast forward to adulthood, and this translates into a fear of emotional closeness. People with avoidant attachment crave independence and often see intimacy as a threat to their autonomy. In relationships, they might come across as aloof or detached. They'll keep you at arm's length to avoid vulnerability. Research shows that avoidant individuals are more likely to ghost because they struggle with confrontation. For them, ghosting isn't personal. It's a defense mechanism to protect themselves from emotional exposure. Have you ever dated someone who seemed emotionally unavailable? That might be avoidant attachment at play. But there's another piece to this puzzle. Let's talk about fear of commitment. Now let's look at fear of commitment, especially in the context of 2025. Today we live in a world of endless options. Dating apps like Tinder and Bumble make it easy to connect, but they also make commitment feel daunting. Why settle for one person when there might be someone better just to swipe away? This paradox of choice fuels fear of commitment, especially for people with avoidant tendencies. Fear of commitment often stems from a deeper fear of losing freedom or being trapped in the wrong relationship. For avoidant individuals, commitment feels like a threat to their independence. They might enjoy the early stages of a relationship, but as soon as things get serious, they panic and pull away. In 2025, this fear is amplified by societal pressures. Think about the fast-paced digital culture, the pressure to keep your options open, and the fear of missing out, or FOMO. Ghosting becomes an easy way out for someone who's scared to commit. They might think, if I disappear, I don't have to deal with the hard stuff. Does this sound familiar? Have you ever felt this fear in your own relationships? Let's dive deeper into the emotional triggers behind ghosting. So why do people ghost? Let's break down the emotional triggers. First, there's emotional overwhelm. For someone with avoidant attachment, the idea of addressing relationship issues, like saying, "I'm not ready for this," feels terrifying. They worry that being honest will lead to conflict or rejection, so they choose to disappear instead. Second, there's a lack of emotional maturity. Some people simply don't know how to have difficult conversations. They haven't developed the skills to communicate their feelings effectively. Third, societal influences play a role. In 2025, we're surrounded by a culture that often prioritizes convenience over connection. Ghosting feels like the easy option when you're overwhelmed by choices. Finally, ghosting can be a self-protective act. If someone feels guilt or shame about their inability to commit, they might ghost to avoid facing those emotions. These triggers show that ghosting is often more about the ghoster's struggles than about you. Hold on. Did you know that 80% of Gen Z have been ghosted at least once in their lives? That's a staggering number. Ghosting isn't just a small issue. It's a widespread phenomenon affecting millions. Let's get back to our journey and talk about how to heal from this experience. Ghosting can leave you feeling rejected, confused, and even worthless. But you can heal, and I'm here to help. Let's combine psychological strategies with a philosophical perspective. First, let's talk acceptance. Philosophically, think of Nietzsche's concept of amor fati, the love of fate. Embrace what happened as a necessary part of your journey. It's not about you, it's about their struggles. Psychologically, practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that you're enough, and their choice to ghost doesn't define your worth. Second, try journaling. Write down your feelings, your hurt, your anger, your questions. This helps you process the pain and let it go. Third, reconnect with yourself through mindfulness. Take 10 minutes each day to meditate or breathe deeply, focusing on your inner peace. Finally, reflect on what you've learned. Maybe this experience taught you to value open communication or to set clearer boundaries in future relationships. Healing from ghosting isn't just about moving on, it's about growing stronger. Have you tried any of these techniques? Let me know in the comments. Now let's talk about building healthier relationships to avoid ghosting in the future. First, prioritize communication. Be honest about your feelings and encourage your partner to do the same. If something's not working, talk about it. Don't let issues fester. Second, set clear boundaries. Let the other person know what you need, whether it's more space or more commitment, and respect their boundaries too. Third, seek secure connections. Look for partners who are emotionally available and willing to work through challenges with you. If you're dealing with someone who's avoidant, be patient, but also protect your own peace. Finally, don't be afraid to walk away from relationships that don't serve you. You deserve connections that are built on mutual respect and understanding. Which of these tips resonates with you the most? Let's discuss. Ghosting is painful, but understanding its psychology can help you heal and grow. We've explored how avoidant attachment and fear of commitment drive people to disappear, and how you can use psychological and philosophical tools to find peace after being ghosted. On Philosophy USA, we're all about diving deep into life's big questions to help you live more meaningfully. What's your biggest takeaway from this video? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If this video resonated with you, hit that like next video.